In Te Ao Māori, the whakapapa of creation begins with Eo, the supreme being, energy and existence itself. At the very beginning of time, there was Te Kore, which technically means the nothingness. Te Kore is also known as the realm of potential. Te Kore encompasses the space, the formless, the thought, the realm of possibilities, the infinite potential. This potential manifests and eventually evolves into Te Pō, the darkness, the night. In this phase, the formless begins to transform and assemble for the next phase in the process, Te Ao Marama, the world of light, the physical world as we know it today.
The creation story of Te Kore, Te Pō and Te Ao Marama have been told and shared through generations and have relevance for us today, just as they did for our tipuna. One way that we can use this story is to guide us through our parenting and breastfeeding experiences as we relate the different stages of the creation story to the different stages we go through when breastfeeding and parenting our newborn pēpi. This series of videos will take us through Te Kore, the realm of potential, Te Pō, the realm of becoming, and Te Ao Marama, the realm of being.
We didn't care whether we had a boy or a girl, we're just so thrilled to have a baby and be fortunate enough.
I love it. I love that time that you get with your pēpi, just you and her or him, that, you know, that just one-on-one.
Te Kore, the realm of potential. Te Kore depicts the nothingness, the chaos that exists before all life, a time that is abundant with possibilities and unlimited potential, a time when physical growth and growth of consciousness, creativity and learning happens. As baby grows during pregnancy, this is a time for preparation.
It's a lot of stuff, but I think we'll use most of it eventually. Maybe.
Pregnancy is a time when Mama and her whānau prepare for pēpi to arrive. This is ideally the time to think about and prepare for breastfeeding. There are many things that you can do this time as you consider what you might need to meet your breastfeeding goals. Preparation for pēpi's arrival, you could consider going to antenatal classes or antenatal breastfeeding classes. Learn about your breastfeeding whakapapa and your whānau, and you could talk to your whānau about their breastfeeding journeys. What were their challenges and their joys? Another way to prepare is to think about mātauranga or ancestral knowledge. Our traditional knowledge tells us not only that breastfeeding is tikanga, it also provides health and vitality for you and your pēpi, protecting from disease, and will continue to offer protection for both you and your uri or your descendants, your children and their children, long after the breastfeeding journey has ended. Te Kore is also a time for connection. Things that you can do to develop connection to your pēpi are sharing stories with mama-to-be about breastfeeding and parenting. Singing and saying oriori, karakia, waiata and pūrākau to pēpi. Connection to nature, your maunga or your awa. Our connection to our tūpuna, and this knowledge empowers us to believe in our own abilities to succeed and achieve our goals. You can draw on the strength of your tūpuna as you prepare for the arrival of your pēpi. Te Kore is also a time to find your support people and share your goals for breastfeeding.
When the baby is in the womb, then people will sing to it. The mother will sing to the baby, and of course that's where the baby hears their own reo, te reo Māori.
There's always that worry of, will I even be able to produce milk?
Yeah.
So I think that was probably the biggest thing for me. With having my first baby, I didn't know if I was going to be able to breastfeed or not, and that was something I was really excited for. So I'm glad that I can.
It's so cool. And I think for me, I'm like polar opposite. I produce too much milk, so it's kind of hard to do it discreetly. Like we were talking about before, you know, going out.
Her whakapapa is already instilled in the baby, and then to be breastfeeding her baby is continuing that connection of their whakapapa by nurturing her baby.
Te pō, the realm of becoming. Te pō is described as a period of darkness. There are varying levels of darkness, such as te pō roa, the long night, and te pō tikitia, the night in which nothing could be seen. This is acknowledging that darkness exists. However, it is also possible for light to exist in this period. It is just unknown and unseen. It is during this period that Ranginui, Papatuanuku, and their children are born. Ranginui and Papatuanuku were separated and became the sky above and the earth below as we know them today. This was a challenging time for Rangi and Papa, but it allowed for the light to come into the darkness.
Yeah, I think it's those first couple of weeks, you go, the pain as well. Yeah, there's pain there because obviously your breast needs to get ready for feeding constantly. So I think once you get past those first couple of weeks, then it gets easier. Yeah, your body kind of just settles into the motions again.
The creation story speaks of both challenges and the balance between dark and light. The separation of Rangi and Papa needed to happen in order for life to grow and flourish, but was experienced as a loss by many. As we face challenges, we can remember the story to help us through. Parenting and breastfeeding pēpi can and will bring lots of joy, but like the balance of light and dark in Rangi and Papa's story, there may be challenges with breastfeeding along with the joys. It is helpful to acknowledge this and prepare for these challenges, knowing that they will also bring joy. Then both aspects of light and dark can be honoured and accepted. When breastfeeding, having support from whānau, friends, health professionals and volunteers has been shown to make a huge difference in whether Marama manage to meet their breastfeeding goals. Who are the people that are available to you as you head into this new role and into this new relationship? What will you think will be helpful for you in this role as a parent to a new baby? If you experience physical, emotional or social challenges during your breastfeeding journey, there may be many other places to go for support. These places include local breastfeeding groups, breastfeeding peer support counsellors, midwives and tamariki ora well child nurses, lactation consultants, online groups such as Facebook. You can also check out the Can Breastfeed website for more information.
Latching was really tricky at the start, and because my milk didn't come in straight away, I wasn't feeding her enough for her to put on weight, so she was still losing weight.
They're there for a purpose, and Ihua has given all those bits and pieces to us in our body for a definite purpose, and hers, the Ūkaipō area of the woman, of the mother, is for her baby. It's untouched, untainted, it's pure God-given kai to the pēpi.
Te ao Marama, the realm of being. Following the time of te pō, the darkness, where everything took form, finally came the creation of te ao Marama, the world of light. Te ao Marama is also expressed as a time of consciousness, of knowing. The presence of light after the separation of Rangi and Papa brought understanding to the world.
Yeah, I want to play with them.
You can play with whatever you want.
Lots of cool toys, aren't there?
Okay. We can relate te ao Marama to the time for enjoying the connection and the joy that nurturing your pēpi brings. This is the time to enjoy the fruits of your hard work, Come through the challenges, feeling strengthened by the journey that you have taken. This is a time of balance where we understand the light and dark are the two sides of the same coin, knowing that there is truth and reason for both the tough and the happy times. The creation story in Te Ao Marama teaches us that all things are cyclical. The challenges, growth, development and joys that our pēpi bring help us to grow as parents. As whānau, we come through challenges and experience the light and darkness together, always growing and always changing. Mama and pēpi are one of the most powerful relationships that can exist between two humans. As long as the bonds, attachment and connections that nature has put in place exist and are honoured and nurtured, your baby will thrive. Breastfeeding is one of the ways that connect you to your pēpi. Breastfeeding also connects pēpi to its tupuna, whakapapa, its tikanga, its hauora and its wairoatanga. And you, mama, are also connected to these things through your pēpi. Breastfeeding is tikanga, and it is part of nature's system of nurture. Let us return our babies and ourselves to our Ūkaipō. Let your whānau know what your goals are for feeding your pēpi. Work out ways together of how they can support you to meet these goals. Nurturing mama is really important. Ways that whānau can do this include cooking nutritious kai, offering practical help around the house or with other tamariki, offer gentle emotional and spiritual support, discuss breastfeeding as tikanga and connection to whakapapa.
That piece that you can just sit here and you don't have to worry about the washing or the dishes or cleaning up, and just having that whānau support or anyone, any support around so you can focus on your pēpi. That helped a lot.
Because the baby needs to be fed whenever the baby wants to be fed, wherever baby wants to be fed. That feed, that kai must come from the mother, ought to come from the mother, because that's her nurturing, her giving her lifeline. You can't get anything more pure than a mother's milk. Mō tātou for us, mō ngā uri a muri ake nei for those unborn mokopuna who are coming after us. Beautiful pepeha.